got no money, but I'm here still singing my song.
It's one of our favorite devices on the stove, the free agent slot machine. On the wheel behind Anthony and I, we have loaded it with headshots of some notable free agent players. There are teams in there as we speak, but we've got player heads in there, believe me. When we actually spin it, we'll wait and see where it lands, and then we'll have suggestions for a free agent fit. Here we go. Roll that thing, guys. Roll that. There we go. And let's give it.
Is that how you stop it? Is that the stop button?
Stop. Okay. Yes, see, it's totally connected.
Snellzilla is not allowed to hit through 7 at San Diego tonight.
Yes, Blake Snell is out there as a now two-time Cy Young Award winner. He's got people lining up. Everybody has thoughts on the walks. Where do you put him? Give me a city.
If I'm going to put Blake Snell somewhere, actually, I think my favorite fit is probably the Dodgers.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they need, look, I don't know if they're going to win the Yamamoto sweepstakes, whether they will or not. I don't know if they're going to win the Ohtani sweepstakes, and I know he wouldn't pitch till next year. But to me, that team needs starting pitching. They need frontline starting pitching. The only guy that they really have that they can even, I don't even know if they can count on him, Walker Buehler, because he's coming back from injury. So they don't really have anybody, right?
I don't know why I didn't even consider that. That makes a lot of sense.
I just really like that as a fit. And they've always done a really good job of finding innings, especially in the bullpen, whether it's great innings or not. They find guys that can put together innings in the back end. So even if he's only going 5 innings per start, I think it's still a good fit.
I like that idea. And what better way to smash the little brother that's tried to encroach up I-5 for years than take their best pitcher away? Keith, do you have a destination for Blake Snell?
Anthony actually took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say the Dodgers for all of the reasons that he just said. A volatile guy who's been up and down. I think that's some of the concern. The 2 Cy Young seasons, obviously, but what has he been the rest of his career? Nobody better than the Dodgers than to get the best out of guys consistently than what they do in that organization.
I was going to say keep him in San Diego because I think there's certainly a need there for him to stay. And I think he's a creature comfort guy, and he's got that there. He has excelled there. He's won a Cy Young Award there. And by the way, just a word on the walks. Everybody gets crazy about the walks. As Keith told us during the commercial break, opponents hit 152 with runners in scoring position. Very few of those walks came around to score. This guy's a stud. He's going to get paid. And maybe there's a market just about 90 miles away battling for him. Let's take another spin and see who comes up here. Anthony's doubting the fact that this is...
No, it's connected. Yeah, no, it's definitely a connected. It's Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi enabled.
Jorge Soler! Goodness, who was that losing his mind? Was that Severino? I didn't know Severino had that gear, that dry freak. What do you got?
Jorge Soler, look, this guy needs to go to someone who needs power, needs numbers, and can hit it at any ballpark. To me, if the Cleveland Guardians are going to make any kind of a push to be competitive this year, that team was historically bad when it comes to power, particularly from an outfield spot. Now, this guy can DH or be an outfielder for you. So to me, this is a perfect fit. There's a lot of teams that could use power. You could think of the Mets. A lot of other teams that could use some power, especially his kind of power. But I think the only team, if you're going to compete at all, it has to be Cleveland.
I will take exactly what you just said, and I'll just put Milwaukee Brewers in there.
There you go.
I'm worried about where they're going. Okay. I just don't know where they're going to win.
Are they going to try to be competitive?
Year.
That's the question for me.
I sure hope for that fan base.
I hope so too.
Keith, what about you for Soler?
Same approach for me, Matty. I'm taking everything Anthony said and just applying it to the Blue Jays for everything we talked about in the last segment. You can play a little corner outfield with Varsho sliding over. You can DH a little. They need power. Put them in Toronto.
That might make the most sense of all because they're sitting on a little deeper pockets up there.
Absolutely.
We've heard Plesac say it for a year. They got all that Labatt's Blue money that they're dying to spend. Spin the wheel one more time. Let's see what we got here. Let's see who comes up. Who is that in there?
Can I push I just want to push the
Yeah, you can do it. You can stop it.
I'm excited for this.
Okay.
I love it.
Ow! It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
John Sterling came up. Sterling is going nowhere, man.
Oh, the Yankees win.
He is a Yankee for life. Here it is when he got hit by the foul ball. He watched it, and it smoked him.
Oh, goodness.
And then we got the meme that lasted for about a month and a half. Ow, it really hit me. He is the best.
How about to be, present enough to actually come up with a coherent response to the ball hitting you in the head. It really hit me.
We have not celebrated that enough.
It's fantastic.
He is
the fact that he's okay is fantastic.
He is priceless. You know, the Yankees finally leaned into the John and Susan show. They got a T-shirt this year.
Okay.
They should have been marketing that for years. They're brilliant together. I love listening to Yankee Game.
Absolutely.
Spin it again. Let's get a player in there this time.
I'll let you do it because apparently I broke it. I don't.
No, that's all right. I'm glad you came up with Sterling. That was fun. Here we go. Stop.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, way back there.
J.D. Martinez had a big homer year, man. Even in senior statehood, he just understands what this is, the science and art of hitting, both. Where do you put him?
The reason I put him with this team is because of what you just said, the science and art of hitting. And I think the New York Mets need a guy who can be consistent as a DH and give them someone in that clubhouse that knows how to talk hitting and spread it throughout that team. They had it with J.D. Davis, and that's not a name that people think of and talk about very much when they think about this stuff. But I've talked to J.D. about hitting. I've played against him, and I've watched him. His approach is almost above, what you see around baseball from any elite hitter. That's the kind of guy J.D. Martinez is as well. They're that cerebral hitter that loves to talk hitting in the clubhouse while you're eating, doing all that stuff. So this is a really good fit because he can get that entire clubhouse kind of moving in one direction and can help them with Eric Chavez, who is going to be phenomenal as the hitting coach again there. I loved what he did 2 years ago with that team. Back in that role again, J.D. Martinez, get some good voices in there saying the right things and get that team moving in the right
That's
direction.
a great suggestion. And not to mention, he's market proof.
Yes.
He doesn't care if he's in a big market. He doesn't let any of that noise bother him. He never has. Keith, where for you, J.D. Martinez?
Well, you guys keep doing a perfect job of setting me up. I can take all the things you just said, and it still works for my team. I'll say Seattle. We talked yesterday about all their strikeout issues, second highest strikeout rate in the league last year. Teoscar Hernandez out, Suarez out. Anthony hit on it. A professional hitter with a little different approach like JD can help on the field and help in the clubhouse as well with that lineup.
That's an even better fit.
I'll make a quick suggestion, too.
I
got the same division as you, and because we talked about the departure of Jorge Soler, and you got a Miami kid here, why not the Marlins? It'd be a great place for him to play for another year or two and then take it to the house if he wants to do that. All right, we have time for one more. You spin it this time. We got one last suggestion here. Who do we?
Who wants to come into the juice box and throw a 2-0 heater to Colby Rasmus?
Come into the juice box with D-Row. D-Row's going nowhere unless he goes to manage.
He better not. I mean, I'd miss him. I love
I'm riding
being with him
hard
on set.
pine right there.
Yep.